Hi, this is Carol Wilson, Chief Editor of Events for Light Reading, and I'm here at our Cable Next Generation Broadband Services event in Denver, where this morning we've been talking so far about the cable transition to IPv6. And I'm here with John Brzezowski from Comcast, and he's going to explain a little bit about what Comcast's approach is, because Comcast has been a leader in IPv6 adoption. So John, why don't you first of all tell me how long you've been working on this and what approach Comcast has decided to take?
Absolutely, Carol. Carol, I have been leading the IP6 initiative at Comcast for over 7 years. We started 7 years ago basically systematically assessing and evaluating each aspect of our infrastructure to determine exactly what we needed to do to facilitate the transition from V4 to V6 to ensure that our customers have a seamless experience throughout the transition.
Okay. And what approach has, after all that work and study, what approach has Comcast adopted?
After the day is done, Carol, we have evaluated many technological approaches to facilitate the transition. We've evaluated tunneling technologies, native IPv6. Ultimately, we've come to the conclusion that native IPv6 is truly what is best for our customers, our business, and the internet overall.
Okay, so you're doing a dual stack native IPv6 approach.
We are, Carol. Native dual stack is our technology strategy of choice.
Okay, and so did you look at other transition? You said you looked at other transition strategies, but what was it that made you think other transition strategies were not going to be good? Is it more of a long-term decision, or?
Very much so, Carol. We closely evaluated every possibility that's available to us throughout the course of 7 years. We've even gone to an extent to trial many of them, as we publicly shared information about our trials. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, we came to the conclusion that native dual stack is really the best approach for us because we can deploy IPv6 one time, and again minimally disruptive to our customers. Again, our goal has been to make this seamless. We're very proud to say that our transition to V6 has really been seamless and uneventful for our subscribers. There are many other transition technologies that are in fact viable. We in fact, based on our learnings and expertise, we make recommendations for some of them. Okay. But the choice of transition technology varies provider by provider based on their own individual circumstances.
Okay, so how far are you going to get in this transition this year?
As we've discussed here today during the event, we're happy to kind of reinforce the fact that we've started to conduct some of our launches last year in the October timeframe. Those launches continued throughout the end of calendar year 2011, and we're very proud to say that they're continuing to go nationwide throughout the beginning part of this year, and we fully expect that to occur throughout calendar year 2012. Mm-hmm. We're going to also add support for customer home networking as part of our deployment as well. Okay. So stay tuned as far as getting some more up-to-date information over the next few weeks or months. Okay. So one of the challenges Comcast faces, you have business customers obviously, but you have the largest base in the U.S. of home broadband customers, I think. Isn't that accurate? Correct. And so you've got to look at every single device in every single home and whether or not it can transition to IPv6. That's a major challenge. It is indeed. We've taken a very methodical, systematic approach at doing that. What we've done is we've assessed both the DOCSIS network, the CMTS and the cable modem, as well as the customer premise equipment to make sure that we properly advise and share information with our customers to ensure that when they actually go to leverage IP6, mm-hmm. they can do so in a seamless, high-performance manner. Our goal is to make sure that with the use of native IPv6, that our customers have the greatest experience as far as their internet is concerned, mm-hmm. as well as having it be seamless. Okay, and given all the different devices in the home, you mentioned you're going to do some home networking approach, so that all those devices don't have to individually upgrade to IPv6. Absolutely. I assume. Okay. Carol, when we originally started the program here at Comcast, we started with our own infrastructure, our core network, our back office, the edge of our network as well. We've come to the conclusion that over time that our work has to continue to move from the center out, closer to our customers. And because we take the deployment of V6 very seriously, we've really kept those initiatives going. I'm honored to tell you that the Consumer Electronics Association has asked me to chair their IP6 transition working group. Oh, okay. So we're taking this role very seriously. We're taking the opportunity to make sure that there is an increased level of awareness throughout the consumer electronics ecosystem to ensure that they understand what it takes to support IP6 and how important it is.
So that ultimately it's not going to be fault to the consumer to have to figure out what's IPv6, what's IPv4. They can just turn on their devices and get their access and go from there.
Carol, as much as we would love people to have a greater awareness around how the internet really works, the painful reality is that a lot of people today simply do not have the time or the interest, right? They just know that they want the internet to work. So our job as technologists is really to make sure, is to really ease that for them, is to simplify the concepts around IP technology and to really make the transition as easy as possible.
Okay, great. John, thanks a lot for being with us here today.
Thank you, Carol.
For Light Reading, I'm Carol Wilson.